Your website is already ranking for keywords that could very quickly drive more traffic to your website, but most people don't realize this because they're looking in completely the wrong places. You might use Google Analytics, which shows traffic but not rankings, or a tool like SEMrush, which costs $150 a month but isn't actually that accurate. And so I'm going to show you a free method to find all the keywords you rank for and how you can actually exploit these to drive more traffic and sales to your website, which most people completely miss. This is Google Search Console, and it's a completely free tool from Google, and it's the best look you're going to get inside Google's search brain. You can get it for your website at search.google.com/search-console. And very quickly, after a few weeks, you'll start be able to pick up all the keywords that not just rank for your website, but actually drive traffic. And you can see it on this left-hand side. If you click search results here, you can see this website that we're using as a test here. You can see that it generates 8,000 clicks and over 500,000 impressions for this website in search. But if you scroll down, you can see all the keywords that it ranks for, including how many clicks that this keyword actually drives, along with the impressions that show on Google. Now, you can go further as well, and you can filter this down by page and see how many clicks each page drives, and click into each page and see which keywords on that page drive clicks. Now you can see this data is way more detailed than a tool like SEMrush or Ahrefs, because these are keywords that you probably wouldn't ever find in their data set, because they're long tail keywords that have very, very different ways that people search. And whereas in SEMrush, the data might be limited, or Ahrefs, on Google Search Console, you can see literally every keyword down to, even if someone has searched it once or twice, that they've clicked onto your website, whether or not it feels like you're ranking for that keyword or not on other tools. Google Search Console is actually going to show you the actual real data behind your website. Now you've got all this ranking data at your fingertips, 99% of people mess this up because they get frustrated at certain keywords or certain pages that aren't driving traffic. They start chasing completely the wrong opportunities and get frustrated at the keywords they feel they should be ranking for, rather than taking advantage of the really easy, low-hanging, high-value fruit in here, because they don't know how to filter and sort out the noise or the frustration from the actual gold here, which is why I've got a spreadsheet that actually reveals the gold that you're nearly ranking for, nearly driving great traffic for, but not quite. And this is where we can make the biggest improvements in our website traffic and conversions. This is a brand new channel, and if you get anything from this video at all, do me a digital handshake, hit the subscribe button, and comment with where you are on your journey below. This is what I call my quick wins spreadsheet, and I'm going to show you around today and show you how you can exploit the data from Google Search Console to drive way more traffic for your website. So I've left a link for this in the description as well if you want to try it out for yourself. But this basically taps into Search Console and finds out your best ranking opportunities. So it's really easy to set up. You just need a couple things. You need an extension in your Google Sheets, which is in your add-ons, and you can get add-ons, and you need to add something called Search Analytics for Sheets. You can open this sidebar and start pulling your data from Google Search Console and harnessing the best opportunities. Now, I'll show you how to set it up quickly. We can change the date range here to say like the last 90 days, for example. And then you've got the automated setup on the side here. So we need to group by query and page. So we can go into this group by section and select query and then select page. Now, the final thing we need to do is in results sheets, select raw data. So you can see results sheet here. We want to select raw data down here. Boom. And now that's as simple as it is. Once you've got this app installed and selected those data, you can simply hit the request data button, and it's going to successfully retrieve over 12,000 keywords and start sorting them for you into this quick wins tab. Now, this is the gold right here. This is our quick wins tab. And you can see here, it's actually sorting our keywords and finding out the best opportunities for us to rank for based on keywords that rank between position 5 and position 20 on average in Google Search Console. So in Google Search Console, if we go back here quickly, you can see actually the average position of a keyword, and you can see how high you rank on Google on average for search terms. Now, the ones in the top 3 are quite competitive. We do all right. The quick wins, the ones we are nearly there ranking for, nearly driving great traffic for, are always in position 5 to position 20. You can see a keyword here, for example, Penryn shops, for example, is getting 178 searches, but only 4 clicks. And that's because we're in position 8. We're lower down on page 1 in Google search. So we can actually improve this position by actually targeting these sorts of keywords better in our pages and our content. So this spreadsheet is basically just going to give you a list of keywords that you're nearly ranking for, but probably not targeting that well in your search terms. So for example, we've got this page here, caving in Cornwall. We're position 10.9, which is just off page 1. We're probably like 1 or 2 positions off page 1, which means we're not getting that many impressions because we're not being served onto page 1 of Google when people search. We've only ever got 1 click. Now, if we look at the content here, we can see that we're just off page 1 for caving in Cornwall. Caving is an activity, right? But this page is about the caves of Cornwall. It's about talking about different caves in this area. So we're not talking quite about the right subject. We need to be talking about the activity, not the sort of location or the tourist attraction, which is actually quite different things. But one thing very clear is we're nearly there with this piece of content, even though it doesn't quite have the right intent or the right serve our user quite right in search terms. People are actually looking for different things. So in this instance, it's very easy to pick the one of 2 paths we need to do when we spot this data. When we spot this keyword that we're like, oh, we're nearly ranking for that, we need to make decisions. We either need to say, 1, I need to write a whole new page of content, because if this page is almost accidentally ranking for this keyword, which kind of this is, because it's not the right intent, we need to write a whole page about caving in Cornwall, the activity, instead of trying to rely on this page. We could write a few hundred words and create a great page on this activity, internally link it between this page and other ones on our website, and we're going to stand a really great chance of ranking and picking up certainly top 10, probably getting really high up on page 1 and get really easy traffic, because we already know this is low-hanging fruit that we're almost ranking for. Now, the other option to go for is we are nearly talking about the content or the keyword or serving the user intent on the page, but we've kind of just missed the mark. So, for example, this keyword here, which says, can you see dolphins in Cornwall? We've got a page about dolphins on Cornwall on our page. We rank position 7.8 for this search term, 93 impressions and 1 click in this search period. So we should be getting more clicks and we could be ranking higher up, but we don't directly answer this question on our page. We say like, are there dolphins in Cornwall? We list some places that there are dolphins in Cornwall. But if we were to go and add this literal question into our content on our page, say lower down or wherever higher up, wherever it fits nicely in the content, make it an H2, make it a header on the page, and answer this question directly, so that we have a direct question answer, not just for search engines, but for also even AI overviews and featured snippets and even LLMs and chat GPT and things like that. Now, we're going to have a much better chance of ranking higher up in search and being picked as a main source of information for AI overviews and featured snippets. So those are the 2 options you need to make. You need to look at your content and say, do I just need to add in information about this keyword? And this is where most people get it so horrendously wrong, is they see a keyword and they sort of just start stuffing it on their page randomly, rather than deciding, do I need to put another header in my page and address this query directly on the page, or do I need to write a whole new page of content which addresses this because it's kind of different intent or a slightly different topic? So that's all your keywords. If you want to see all the keywords your competitor ranks for, then check out this competitor research video to find out everything your competitor's doing and how you can beat them with your SEO strategy.